What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanting here back again with another Pokemon trading card game on my deck tech. Today we're taking a look at Iron Thorns, a card from Temporal Forces that is hilarious and super fun to play, has a lot of potential to be really strong, but most importantly I think is so overlooked right now. And if you're really looking for a fun deck to play that can beat some meta decks like Charizard, like Arceus, like Chien-Pao, all those things, you should really consider Iron Thorns because it's just absolutely hilarious. Destructo Press does 70 damage, and then you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and it does 70 damage for each future card you find there, and you discard those cards. So it's 70 times, not 70 plus. So if you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and see one future card, it's 70 damage. 2 future cards, it's 140 damage, so on and so forth, all the way up to 350 damage, which is enough to knock out a Charizard EX. So we're playing 4 of those Iron Thorns and just a whack of future cards, and that's basically the list. We got our Miraidons in here for peak acceleration to help get some energies on the board, as well as some Iron Crowns to boost our damage into those awkward number spots where we might need 1 or 2 less future cards discarded off the top of our deck. We also have an Iron Hands in here just for 1 more future card we can discard, but we can also amp you very much fairly effectively if our opponent isn't really paying attention, and if they're kind of, we give them the option, deal with this Iron Thorns that is doing a bunch of damage, or dealing with this Iron Hands, which can take a bunch of prizes. It can't do both at the same time, so that's why I like Iron Hands as an option in this deck. And we do have our support Pokemon like Squawkabilly, Radiant Greninja, Mew EX, and so on. And we have a bunch of future Pokemon cards, future trainer cards in this deck. We got 4 future booster energies, 4 Ciphermaniacs, Codebreaking, as well as a Professor Turo, and 4 Techno Radar. And how we recycle these cards is with our copy of 4 Super Rods to recycle our Pokemon over and over, as well as 2 Pal Pads to continuously recycle our future supporters when we discard them with Destructo Press. We also have 4 Electric Generator in here so we can help charge our Pokemon a little bit easier, and 10 Lightning Energy because really you're only going to need 1 or 2 energy per Iron Thorns per turn in order to consistently chain attacks, so 10 energies should be more than enough, especially with 4 Super Rods. I am not going to yap any longer, I'm just going to hop right into it. We're going to have some fun games today, get some dubs with Iron Thorns. Just wanted to give a quick thank you to the lovely sponsors of the Hitmonchanting channel. If you need codes, you know where to go. Head over to PTCGLstore.com and use code Hitmon to get 5% off your order, and be sure to check out Pokemon.gg, the best Pokemon card tracker and deck builder there is. You can track your entire collection and see its value, build decks quickly and easily, create custom wish lists, and so much more. Join Pokemon.gg by clicking the link below and use code HITMON to get $5 off a pro membership. These are some great products for some great prices. Thank you to my sponsors for supporting the channel, and thanks to you for supporting me too. And now, let's get right back into the video. Our opponent is calling the coin flip. They chose heads, so tails naturally never fails. We're gonna hop right in here. It's gonna be heads. So tails has failed us, unfortunately. I mean, tails hasn't really been on our side very much lately, but you know what it is. It's okay. It's all right. We're just gonna hop right in. Our opponent's gonna choose to go first over here, and they are going to feel the wrath of Iron Thorns. We do want to do 1 second here. Hands like this, we can prep this Iron Hands to just attack pretty much in the next turn, and we also get our opponent to take a mulligan. It looks like they're playing something like Chien-Pao, which Iron Hands is really strong in. You want to be using Iron Hands in this matchup because you can easily take out their Pokemon in the active spot. If they start a Frigibax or Bidoof or something, we can hit them really hard with peak acceleration here, and then that's going to be pretty good for us. And then we can Ciphermaniac the next turn, prep the following turn, and we'll just go from there. So we'll start out, see what exactly our opponent's going to start with. They did choose to go first, so they might not have the best setup, which is what we're hoping for. And from here, we can go ahead and just do our future, the future archetype is so cool. It's really, really strong. Lots of good synergies. We can just go ahead and do that, do those amazing things. They're going to get a bunch of Pokemon to start on the bench here. We'll take our mulligan of Iron Thorns, always good to have, and boom, there is Bidoof. Now, our opponent is probably going to want to retreat this Bidoof at some point because Miraidon will get rid of it. That is just a fact. And if we had something like a PokéStop or something like that off the top of the deck, we could potentially grab ourselves a way to KO a Frigibax if they only put down 1 Frigibax, because we can go Ciphermaniac, get our Prime Catcher, and then we can mill it with PokéStop, but they're going to put the PokéStop down for us. So this is actually going to give us some good draws with Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking here. We can use this so we can kind of stack the deck, be a little more efficient with our attackers here. Here comes the Buddy Poffin, which is likely just going to get double Frigibax, and I think we should just be targeting down the Frigibax here. Like, again, there's no real reason to pay attention to anything else. We force them to have a lot, going on. and it might just be a pass from them. Personally, I would retreat into the Chien-Pao, but it looks like they're not going to do that. Looks like they're just going to pass. Now, in this case, maybe just KOing Bidoof is better. To be completely honest with you, like I'm not really opposed to that. Yeah, because then we're just going to stop them from drawing cards. You know, we can attach this here, Future Booster, Energy Capsule, all that stuff. Put these two Pokemon down. And I do think I want to go for the Ciphermaniac, and I want to grab... we can grab Generator and even Nest Ball, just to kind of prepare our board a little bit. So we'll do that, stack them right on top, and boom, PokéStop is just going to let us draw into those cards. We got Techno Radar too, which is really, really important. And yeah, right now we're doing 60. That's enough to KO our to KO the Bidoof. We'll Nest Ball. I think Mew is probably more important. No reason to put Squawkabilly into play. We don't want to give them a Pokemon that can get 3 prized by Amp. So we'll just put the Mew down. And then from here, we only are really going to need to get one of the... What's it called? What am I thinking of? We're only going to need to get one Iron Crown down here, because that means with 3 cards discarded, Destructo Press will KO the Chien-Pao. So just one Iron Crown is enough. We'll get the other Iron Thorns. We have a full setup board thanks to Ciphermaniac and PokéStop, which is why we play our own PokéStops in the first place. Now we'll go for the Generator, and we'll hit 1 card, which is pretty good. We can throw this. I think we'll want to throw it on... Do we want to throw it on the hands? Or do we want to throw it on the Thorns? We'll throw it on the Iron Thorns here. That's what we'll do. And then we'll go for Peak Acceleration. Well, first we can draw a card with Mew EX, maybe another Generator. Squawkabilly is okay because we can get rid of that later. We'll go for the Peak Acceleration here, and we just want to attach some energies. We've prized a lot of energy, actually, so it's important to keep that in mind. Put an energy on the Thorns, an energy on the hands, I think, is better in case we were able to just spam Generators. And then we KO this Bidoof. We're probably going to get an energy off the prizes here. We'll just take that one. It's an energy. Yeah, we prized, I think, like 4 energy, which is really crazy. So we got to be really careful about our implementation of that. Another good thing here is if they go for the Iron Bundle play, can very easily put the Iron Thorns into the active, and they can just hit that. They can't amp it because it's got a really high HP. So all that's pretty good stuff. For the PokéStop here, you're going to get them another rare candy. And it also gets rid of their Irida and another PokéStop. So again, they got a pretty rough hand going on here. Shivery Chill, you can knock out my Miraidon every day of the week, but Destructo Press, they're going to have a bad time. Let me just say that. They're going to have a bad time. No Radiant Greninja in play. Nothing really of substance here. They can go ahead and do up to 180 damage, so unless they have something like a Prime Catcher, that's not really going to be able to help them out very much when they just KO this Miraidon. Then we lead with the Thorns, we attach to the other Thorns, and even if we whiff the Chien-Pao, we're able to hit it really hard later on. They're going to put 2 energies on that Chien-Pao, maybe preparing for us to KO the Baxcalibur, but at this point, there's no reason to. We don't need to KO Baxcalibur here. They have no draw on board. There's a Ciphermaniac to stack their deck next turn. But in reality, what do we need to use the to KO this Baxcalibur for? We're gonna hopefully, fingers crossed, be consistently smacking them with our Destructo Press. So there's not really a reason to want to, you know, there's no real reason to like go after Baxcalibur when we can just take more prizes. That's what I'm trying to say in a very convoluted way. That's what I'm trying to get at. Here comes the Ciphermaniac. So next turn they're probably going to draw into a Radiant Greninja or an Irida or something that can help them out a little bit more. But the Hailblade can take 2 prize cards, or 1 prize card here, discarding 2 energy. Goodbye, Miraidon. You served us well. You served your purpose. And from here, we'll lead with the Mew. We're just going to prep Iron Thorns. Iron Hands can hang out on the bench for a little bit later when we inevitably get more energies going on here. Iron Thorns, not really a good draw. I'm debating here if I want to go for the Iono or go for the PokéStop or something like that. But like, I don't want to draw cards at this point. You know what I mean? I kind of just want to wait. I think the best play, we'll just go for Destructo Press. See what we can do. We just need 3 future cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 future cards, more than enough. 300 damage. Goodbye, Chien-Pao. It was nice to know you. And then we are able to take 2 prize cards. Now, coming up is when I would like to use the Iono after, you know, we get some more energies, right? Because of course we do. I'd like to use the Iono coming up, and I'll tell you why. Like, Iono almost is in the inverse of this deck. You know, usually when you're playing Iono in the early game, it's better for you because you get to draw more cards. As you take more prizes in an aggressive deck, you're going to draw less cards, and that's not as good, but here it is. Once you get your board set up, you have Mew for your draw, anything else like that, it's really, really effective to be able to go ahead and get yourself less cards in your hand. You know, you use Iono, you go down to a lower hand size, put more cards in the deck, more cards that can be Destructo pressed away. Now, our opponent's Pokéstops have not been hitting for them. They got the Nest Ball, and they're going to Earthen Vessel to help get rid of, to get rid of that, draw some cards. They led the bundle. I think they're really on the ropes here, and which is really, really good for us. But like at this point, we're not going to want to Iono them. They have their Baxcaliburs down, but what are they going to do? Iron Bundle can't actually attack from, or can't use Hyper Blower from the active spot, so they might be sacrificing it to us, and then from here we'll be able to kind of just go ahead and sweep them. Now, I think at this point I'd like to start powering up the Iron Hands. Thorns is one energy attachment away from a swing, and yeah, I think like they're just gonna scoop. Yeah, they don't have much they can do. Our board was so ahead. We knocked out that Chien-Pao swiftly, quickly, and easily, and I think that's just the raw power of Destructo Press. We didn't have to work that hard to get there. We usually just attached 2 energies and we swung and just destroyed the Chien-Pao, and from there they had no real walls to put up. They all crumbled down and we took the dub against Chien-Pao EX. We get to call this coin flip. It's gonna be tails never fails. You know what I always say. We're gonna flip that coin and it's gonna be heads. The coin flip has not been on our side today, okay? They just haven't, and that's okay. Hopefully our opponent is very generous and they're very sympathetic to our cause and they want to let us go second. That was not the case. That's okay. So we're gonna get to draw a pretty mediocre hand here. I'm happy we get a little bit of a redo. They might be thinking, okay, this is a weird future list. They might not think Destructo Press. Now this is what I'm talking about. Even though we're going first, this is a solid hand. I really can't complain about that. Ciphermaniac can set us up in the future if we need it. Excuse me, if we need it. But for now, it's going to be just a peak acceleration angle. So we'll see what our opponent is going to be doing. They're leading with Mew, which is really hard to decipher, for lack of a better word. But will Techno Radar just grab Dawn and Thorns? I don't want to attach almost to anything here. I just want to Generator. 1 energy is fine. You can go here. Yeah, at this point, because I have zero idea what this is, I don't want to attach. Mew is in so many decks now. Iron Crown, okay, so it's a future box. So if their Miraidon gets KO and my Miraidon, there was no reason for me to want to attach that energy, right? So okay, I'm happy with that. We can then start using peak acceleration to accelerate some cards. The only thing here is Ciphermaniac won't enable us to stack the deck because peak acceleration just shuffles it up after. So that is a little unfortunate. Here's their Miraidon. They don't have the cool pre-release promo like I do, and their Generator is going to hit too, contrary to our Generator. I mean, I know they play more energy, but still. Here's a... Dang, they're going all in. You're going all in? You're going all in here? Are you gonna restart? Are you gonna arm press me? Are you gonna arm press me? You're done. You're done, Iron Hand. You're cooked. You're so cooked. Oh, you're so cooked. Incredibly, unequivocally cooked. It's over for you. It's literally over for you. You're the most cooked person on the planet. Now, all I need here is to hit 3 future cards and put 2 crowns in play. Well, luckily I have a Techno Radar. I can put 2 crowns in play. Then I can just hit 3 future cards. Wait, do we need 2, 3? Is it even just 1? Is 1 enough? Right? 70, 140, 210, 230. Yeah, okay. So 1 crown is all I need. And I can stack the deck. Do you see the mistake you've made here? Do you see it? I see it. It's over for you. You're done. Now, the cards that are the least useful, I think, are just Ciphermaniacs, because we can pretty easily recycle them, or I can actually just get rid of, like, a Miraidon, and even the Iron Hands isn't really going to be useful here, so they'll go to the top, and I just need 1 more. Show me the money! Destructo Press, show me the money! Goodbye, Iron Hands. Goodbye. 4 cards didn't even need to put that crown down. You're done. And now what happens, huh? What happens here? You ain't KO in this Iron Thorns. You didn't think I could do it, huh? You didn't think I could do it. And we get the research. It's over. It's over. You're done. Pack it up, go home. We did it. Now, if they had another Iron Hands on the bench, I probably would have played that turn a lot differently. If they had this Nest Ball going from before, and if they put that Iron Hands down and could baton to it, I think I would have been a lot more conservative, probably would have gone for a peak acceleration to set up my board a little bit more. But when I saw the chance we had and how difficult it would be for them to come back from it, I had to take it. And it paid off, I think. It really paid off for us. You're going into Miraidon. You can maybe even Sparking Strike if you have that Psychic Energy in your hand. I doubt it off of 2, potentially 3 cards with the restart. I doubt you have it. There's a Generator. Again, I don't really care about that. 2 energy still. You're still hitting them. That's fine. You're going to be able to amp me. That's fine. Right now, you're doing 40, 60, 80, 100. There's a very rare world where Peak Acceleration will one-hit KO, but they're going to boss. And boss the crown, go for a 3 amp turn? Sure. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. Oh, Sparking Strike coming down. I don't care. I do not care. Squawkabilly, we don't need you much anymore. Research is going to come through. Research is going to not enable us to do anything to remove this Iron Crown from play, and that makes me sad. Okay, so we'll Electric Generator, and we'll whiff it because we usually do. And, okay, now, I won't lie, it's a little more concerning. We don't have a lot of energies powered up. However, if they're selfish here and take the KO with the Iron Hands, we just stack the deck, you know, Ciphermaniac, do all that stuff. We'll pass to them. Alternatively, they can Sparking Strike here, but in any world, when they take 2 prizes, our Counter Catcher is live, so then we can literally just Counter Catcher, destroy whatever they do. And when we get the hands out of play, they pretty much lose. They do just have a research off the top though, which is good for them, not as good for us. They can retreat this Miraidon, and I have a feeling they're gonna just go for the Iron Hands, right? But we need to get stuff set up, you know? Like, we don't have any pivot tools other than a Turo scenario. We don't have much else happening. We need, like, Nest Balls. We need to get Mew down. There's a lot that needs to happen, but we do have Super Rod plus Ciphermaniac, so I'm pretty confident we can get this Iron Hands knocked out here. It's just we gotta find the additional stuff. For some reason, even though we have 10 energy, we're just never finding anything off of generators or draws. But we hit them pretty hard. It's a peak acceleration here, but I don't know what they're preparing, to be honest. They're probably hoping that I don't have that counter catcher, but you know what? You are solely mistaken, my friend. Mistaken. You're solely mistaken. You're done. You're done. Your hands is cooked. Your hands is cooked. Pack it up. Go home. See you later. Later. Because they're at 3 prizes remaining, and we got the Iron Thorns. Another Iron Crown that I don't want to be drawing them. I don't want to be drawing them at all. We're going to Super Rod here. Super Rod will put back the Miraidon, and the hands here. We don't even want to draw. Even the crown we don't want to draw. Either, anything's fine. It doesn't really matter. Sure, hands, or sure, Thorns. Thorns is the most useful one to draw, so we'll put it back in case we don't hit it. But then I'll Ciphermaniac here. Ciphermaniac can nab me the cards I want to discard. And I think I want to be discarding Pokemon at this point. Like, double Miraidon seems fine to get out of here. Double Radar even could be good, but Radar can at least thin the hand. Yeah, it's double Miraidon at the top. Who's getting counter-catchered? You're getting counter-catchered. And I still need to put a crown into play here. Boom, Destructo Press. Show me the money. No! It's over. It is so over. It's so over. We're done. They can just, it's done. It's done. It was a good run. Unfortunately, we had to keep drawing Iron Crowns. And the Iron Thorns, its service is over. I fully expect them. Spark and Strike right now is doing 180, 200, 220, 240. I expect them to get the Prime Catcher and bring up our Iron Crown on the bench and murder it. I expect that to happen before we got the chance to use Professor Turo and pick it up. But we must remember our fallen soldiers. Mew EX not going to do anything. Megaton Lariat, actually, they could use the copy, but it's just an amp. And we have nothing on the board except our few lowly Pokemon. Leave Miraidon and we draw a research. Hope is still kind of lost, but maybe we can go out in a blaze of glory. Nest Ball can thin and get us our other... Do we even want the other Thorns? Now we don't even want the other Thorns. Nest Ball's not going to thin. We can concealed cards get rid of this energy. Radar, Generator. We have a lot to work with here. PokéStop even further. We can go beyond. We can get nothing off the PokéStop. Okay. But we can potentially knock out the hands here. We get back energy and energy alone. 16 card deck. We got to hit one. Generator. We hit one. As long as this hands goes down, my mission won't be completed because we still lost the game. But at least we put up a fight. Destructo Press. Destructing 2 cards is enough to get rid of the hands. And we get to take 2 prizes. Now, unfortunately, they have their Miraidon powered up. They can power up the Mew. Megaton Lariat return KO. We couldn't win the game ever since we whiffed that. If we didn't whiff that, it was possible we won. Unfortunately, that's how this deck plays. You gamble and you destroy. And their Miraidon coming through with the Sparking Strike will be able to take the final prize card of the game here. But they're going to go into the genome hacking. Are they going to do their own Destructo Press? No, they're just going to Megaton Lariat and play it safe. But that's the game. We were really, really close there. We could have got it if we didn't whiff. If we didn't whiff, we would have had it. But that's okay. Still a good game. Still a really fun showcase of the deck, for sure. What do you think of my Iron Thorns Destructo Press deck? This deck is a ton of fun to play. If you like gambling, if you like rolling the dice and seeing what you hit, this is the deck for you. It's a lot of fun. You can do the most wildly insane numbers you ever would have thought for a 2-prize Pokemon, or a single-prize Pokemon, I should say. That's what I meant to say. Or you can just completely whiff 5 cards and just not be able to take any KO. But this deck is really, really fun. I think that obviously you can brick sometimes. The deck feels like it wants more energy. In my opinion, you should probably remove some generators, put more energy back. I don't know, for some reason today, we just kept not finding energy cards, even through our draws. So if you remove maybe 2 generator, add 2 energy, your generators become a lot more impactful, and then it might be a little bit better. But the deck is pretty consistent. Sometimes it bricks, but all decks do. And it's a lot of fun to play. So with all that said and done, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below. What do you think of Destructo Press? What do you like? What do you dislike? What would you keep? What would you change about the list? And subscribe to the Hitmonchanting channel. I'm posting multiple Pokemon trading card game videos every single week. And with all that said and done, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hitmonchanting out.